We all know for sure that God sent each and every last one of us on this earth, to fulfill a calling, to fulfill a purpose on their lives. So many of us are focused on whatever the world has to offer. We want money, we want fame, we want to smoke and drink and do this and do that. And I'm not saying that you don't have a right to do that. You have a right to do everything that you want to do on this earth. But what you don't have the right to do is to run off and pursue your own agenda instead of the agenda that God sent you here to pursue and then complain. To do that, you don't have the right to turn your back on God, to turn your back on the purpose that God sent you here to complete, and then complain about why the world is in the shape it's in. The world is in the shape it's in because the people of God turn their back on God. They place idols and whatever they want in front of Him, in front of His will, in front of the calling that is on their life, and they pursue other things. So many of us pass away without ever fulfilling the calling on our life. That is why we see the world in the condition that it's in. This is where the kingdom comes into place. So when you step out of the law and you enter into the dispensation of grace, you realize everything that's available to you. You start to live through that dispensation and live the way God intended you to live. And you get to develop a relationship with God. But past that, you understand there's a calling on your life. But you can't get the things that you need and do the things you were called to do without preparation. That's why you go to seek His kingdom and His righteousness. You go to seek after what He sent you to do. You go to become the person that He created you to be. And you have to do that through Him and His kingdom. The things that we want to see take place in this earth, the things that we want made manifest, the changes that we believe can take place, they can take place. But not if you are not in position. Just imagine if 20 people decided they wanted to fulfill the calling on their life, sought the kingdom, and got the empowerment that God has stored up in heaven for them and began to operate in this earth realm. Imagine the changes that could take place. And that is exactly why Satan comes to attack your identity. Because if you don't know who you are, you'll never know what God created you to do. Right? As soon as you realize who you are in Christ, you stop living below who you are. And you start to seek after what God has for you.